Now, um, this is from the latest current test, and in question number 65, um, you see phenol here. I'll show it to you by a red square that will be a marker. Now, this is your phenol, and phenol is reacting with carbon dioxide in presence of sodium hydroxide. Now, basically, COOH is formed at ortho position here. Now, please note that sodium hydroxide reacts with phenol and forms phenoxide. Then phenoxide attacks carbon of CO2, and carbon of CO2 is electrophilic in nature. Now, the reaction occurs since sodium Na plus forms a complex between carbon dioxide and phenoxide. The reaction is termed as Kolb's reaction. The reaction is termed as Kolb's reaction. Now, question number 66 basically is, again I'll show it to you by a square here. Now, that is a sequence of reactions. Now, if you look at the total reactions here, we'll start with benzene. Benzene is reacting with nitric acid to give you A, and A is reacting with Br2 and FeBr3 to give you B. Earlier I have said nitric acid, it is nitrating mixture HNO3 and H2SO4. Now, as I have indicated here, benzene undergoes electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. So the nitrating mixture here will give you NO2 plus, which reacts with benzene to give you nitrobenzene. Now, NO2 group present here is a minus I and minus M group, and it is meta-directing in nature. Therefore, electrophile attacks at which position? Meta to NO2, as I have shown by a red square here. Now, what is the electrophile formed between Br2 and FeBr3? Br plus, and Br plus will tend to attack at which position? Meta to NO2. So, what should be the structure here? The structure should be like so. Now, that is metabromo-nitrobenzene. That common name is this, but then if you have to name this particular compound, bromine has to be number 1 and nitro group has to be number 3. So it should be 1-bromo 3-nitrobenzene. Now, question number 67 is actually about ozonolysis of the compounds. Now, there are various points given here. A student must note those points. For example, first point is, it absorbs 2 moles of hydrogen, as I am underlining with a line there. Okay, that is point number 1. 2 moles of hydrogen would mean 4 nascent hydrogens. Given that a pi bond requires 2 hydrogens, so it is indicating to you that there should be 2 double bonds. Further, the reduction product is inert to bromine and KMnO4. Now, this also indicates one more point, that the product that is being formed should not react with bromine and KMnO4. The hydrocarbon on ozonolysis, that's the key word there, ozonolysis gives you malanoic acid only. Now, this particular point only, I like to highlight it here twice. Why, sir? That's a very important point. I have highlighted with a red box, rectangular box. The moment someone says that only after ozonolysis, then it must be a symmetrical compound. Now, if you are looking at 1, 2, 3 and 4, 3 is the only symmetrical compound available here, and that will give you a single product on ozonolysis. So that only will help your. Now it's a providence, or it's pure luck that all the options 1, 2, 3, and 4, 1, 2, 3 are unsymmetrical in nature, only 3 is symmetrical in nature. If student knows this particular point, he can directly go and answer it. The other way of answering it is, what is malanoic acid? Now that malanoic acid is this. The malanoic acid is this. Okay. Now what are the blue points? This is where in ozonolysis the double bond breaks up. In this place double bond breaks up. At this place double bond breaks up. So for this case, what do you get? You get um, 2 moles of formaldehyde and 1 mole of 1,2 dial. In the second compound, it's again unsymmetrical compound. Wherever blue I have shown, that area the bonds are likely to cleave and the products are below. In the third case, where I have highlighted that blue bar, that is where the double bonds are likely to cleave and you get malanoic acid. Remember, you get one product only, and the question says single product. And in the last case, this bond breaks up and you get 2 products. So basically the question has given you a hint. That hint is here. That hint is here only. What does it mean? A single product. First option on ozonolysis is giving you 2 products. Second is giving you 2 products. Fourth is giving you 2 products. Only 3 is giving you a single product. You know the reaction, fine, but clues are there in the question also. Now this question here, question number 68, if you read the question, it talks about smallest dissociation constant Ka. Ka represents equilibrium constant of an acid. Larger its value, higher the acidity; smaller its value, lower the acidity. Now we look at the groups present here. Now the first option group present is CF3, which is a withdrawing group. Withdrawing group increases acidic nature. In the second option, you have NO2. Now NO2 is also a withdrawing group. This also is said to increase the acidic nature, but please remember here, or just observe that NO2 is 1 carbon away from COOH. So its minus I effect could comparatively be less. Now in the next option, we have been given carboxylic acid, formic acid, and the last one is benzoic acid. Now between benzoic acid and formic acid, benzoic acid will have lesser acidic strength since the resonance structures are not equal. So this is likely to have smaller Ka value. Now let's go to the next question. Question number 71. I repeat, question number 71, and this is where I'm coming to. Now this question is question number 71, and if you notice this particular question here, I'm referring to at this particular point. Again, I'll take help of a pointer. This is my pointer. This is my pointer. Now this particular compound I'm referring to. Now if you look at it, you have NO2, then meta to that you have bromine, and then you have para to that you have fluorine. Now you also should remember that if you have an electron withdrawing group, either ortho or para to a halo group, then that aryl halide will undergo nucleophilic aromatic substitution. Now in this particular case, I have highlighted that point. You see fluorine in green, indicating that it will undergo a reaction. Red indicates that it does not undergo a reaction. NO2 is at para 2 fluoro, bromine is meta to nitro. So fluorine is likely to get replaced or can undergo nucleophilic aromatic substitution with this compound here, as I have indicated by my pointer, which is CH3S minus. Now let us look at the reasons for it. Below are the reasons here. Please look at that particular summary of nucleophilic aromatic substitution reactions. As you are seeing here, this nucleophile here, as I've shown with my pointer, that will tend to attack at this chlorine. Note that in this compound, NO2, this NO2 and also this NO2 are ortho and para to Cl. Now, the moment nucleophile attacks at this particular carbon, the pi bond cleaves, and what will you get? The second structure here, as indicated by my pointer. Now you see here, it gives you a series of resonance structures which gives you a carbanion stabilized by this NO2 here. That is the reason why it undergoes nucleophilic aromatic substitution. Please also note that structure number 1 is aromatic, structure number 2 is not aromatic. So to regain back its aromaticity, it loses chlorine. That completes a sequence of reactions. Now, as I have indicated at the bottom over here, in this case, I have shown to you the resonance structures. Now, first of all, after the nucleophile has attacked, now we are replacing chlorine with fluorine. You get a negative charge as shown here. This is in conjugation with the pi bond next to it, so it undergoes the resonance. What will you get? This particular structure here, as I am showing it to you, bottom NO2, there the negative charge is present. Now this is the negative charge here. Now the negative charge is stabilized because of withdrawing nature of NO2. Now the intermediate is stabilized. Now the negative charge is in conjugation with this pi bond. So what will happen? A resonance again, and you get a negative charge here. Once you get a negative charge here, now there is no conjugation, but there is only one action. What is that action? The action is like so. This pair of electrons are donated here. Carbon fluorine bond is cleaved. Now that will give you another structure. Now in all the cases, please note that the intermediate carbanion is stabilized. The intermediate carbanion is stabilized here. Intermediate carbanion is stabilized here if you have NO2 either at ortho or para positions, because the negative charge is directly under NO2. Now that will give you the stable intermediate. What happens if NO2 is at meta position? As you are seeing, first of all, nucleophile attacks as shown in a blue arrow here. Again, this pi bond breaks up as shown by a blue arrow here. Now you get a corresponding negative charge as shown by my pointer here. Now that is in conjugation. So if it is in conjugation, what would happen? This pair of electrons are donated here and this pair of electrons move up. You will notice that the negative charge so formed, I repeat, the negative charge so formed over here is not stabilized by NO2. That is why if you have NO2 at meta position to the leaving group, halo group, nucleophilic aromatic substitution does not take place. So in the above question here, please note fluorine is replaced, bromine is not replaced. If you know this particular principle, and if you look at option number 1, it is bromine that is replaced, so option 1 is wrong. In option 2, fluorine is replaced, that is correct. In option number 3, the reaction is taking place not at fluorine or bromine, at some other position. Now when a reaction takes place on benzene, that is electrophilic aromatic substitution reaction, that is wrong in this particular situation. In the fourth situation, NO2 is being replaced. NO2 is a very bad leaving group. So if you know the theory correctly, by process of elimination, you will get answer as 2. Now let's look at this question. Now question number 72. Now he says, what is the order of stability from the lowest to highest? All of them are alkenes. Now if you are noticing one point over here, stability of alkenes is directly proportional to number of substitutions or double bond. Greater the number of substituents, more is the stability. Now if I am taking a look at various situations over here, now I will try to make myself more clear here. Now using this particular my cursor, you will see that circular dot appearing on your screen. Now in this particular case, I have shown you what is an alpha position. Now count the number of hydrogens at this alpha position. You will get the answer as 9. So you got 9 hyperconjugation structures. In the second case, similarly, in the second case, count the number of alpha hydrogens. You will have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So in this case you have 5 alpha hydrogens. Now let's look at the last one. In this third one, not the last one. Now on the same process, this is 1 alpha, this is the second alpha, this is the third alpha. So how many alpha hydrogens do you have here? You have 9. Now sometime back I discussed the number of alpha hydrogens here in the first case. Now I stand corrected, it is not correct. This is not 9. This is not 9. Please count it correctly. You will get 3 alpha hydrogens at 4 positions. So I will get 12 here. Now in the last case, there is only 1 alpha position and there are 2 hydrogens here. So you get 2 resonance structures. So greater the number of alpha hydrogens, greater is the stability. So I would say that compound with 12 alpha hydrogens is more stable than compound with 2 alpha hydrogens. So the order of stability would have been 12 greater than 9 greater than 5 greater than 2, or it would have been 1 more stable than 3, more stable than 2, more stable than 4. That is from highest to lowest. You just reverse this order, you will get the answer. Or you can say 1 is the most stable, that's the highest, and which is the least stable? 4, that is the lowest. Look at the relevant option over here, you will get the answer. Now these two questions that you are looking at it, the first one, question number 74, is related to not biomolecules, chemistry in everyday life, antibiotics. You will need to remember the structure. Now arsenic, double bond arsenic, it is like an azo bond of nitrogen, is only in Salvarsan. Now please remember the structures. Now question number 75 talks about Jaldal method, and it is not applicable to all nitromethane, nitroethane here, azobenzene and pyridine. Thank you very much.